Now, a Labour council could rename a park named after four-time Prime Minister William Gladstone to Diane Abbott Park in its bid to, quote, tackle injustice. Following BLM protests last year, the local authority and its Labour leader Mohammed Butt asked school children to choose a new name for the park. And apparently, suggestions proposed by the about 300 primary schoolers include Diversity Field, BAME Park, Rainbow Park, and of course, Diane Abbott Park. Now, I wouldn't necessarily class myself as a Diane Abbott fangirl, to put it very mildly. And in the spirit of Easter, however, there are some kind things I have to say about the Member of Parliament for Hackney and Stoke Newington. She came from very humble beginnings, worked hard to secure a place at Cambridge University as an adolescent, and then became the first black woman to ever be elected to the British Parliament. That is no mean feat. She is, I suppose you could say, extraordinary in her own peculiar way, at least. But here's my issue with all of this. According to The Telegraph, which has seen internal documents relating to this review, pupils were first given a briefing on systemic racism and George Floyd by a race expert before being asked to choose a new name for Gladstone Park. And get this, it's purported that pupils as young as 5 suggested the park be named after Diane Abbott. Come off it. We weren't born yesterday. There is absolutely no way primary school children are coming up with this stuff by themselves. It's not that I think they're not bright enough to think about social issues. Some of them are. But I have a 7-year-old daughter. In fact, I brought her to work today. She's backstage. And I consider her a mature, rather intellectual 7-year-old, although I would say that, wouldn't I? But even then, I guarantee you that the only thing she's concerned about right now, as I speak, is what colour gel pen she's going to use to colour in her drawing. Her biggest worry in life right now is probably her favourite coloured felt tip pen running out of ink. And so it should be. I can assure you she's not and has never, of her own volition, sat around worrying about systemic racism, global prejudice and injustice. And she certainly has no clue who Diane Abbott or William Gladstone are, let alone advocating for a local park to be renamed after Diane Abbott in light of BLM protests. I put it to the people leading this review that what they are doing is manipulating young children in order to influence the outcome of this review. Some would say it's shameful to change the name of a park named after a four-time Prime Minister upon his death in honour of his memory and his contributions to the UK political and social life to that of a, with respect, far less prominent political figure who has never even served on the front benches in government in her 35-year political career. But using children as puppets to achieve those blatantly political ideological ends, well, that's utterly shameless.